Boa tarde a todos. Good afternoon, everyone. As always, it wouldn't be the Day of Portugal without a little rain. It's tradition by now. The good thing about it is that it's steady right now and we're able to speak, which is great. I'd like to welcome everyone here today. Thank you for being here and supporting the Day of Portugal and the city. And without further ado, what I'd like to let you know is that after here, we're going straight to the Whaling Museum where the children are going to perform, and there are other musical performances there, also refreshments for everybody. So as soon as we get done here and with the raising of the flag, please follow us down to the Whaling Museum. I would like to introduce Honorable Jon Mayor, Jon Mitchell.
Whatever my name is. I'll answer the phone. Good night. What a fine November day we're having today, everybody. This is great. But look, if you remember a couple of years ago, we had more trouble with the weather. We did a lot of dancing in the hallway, so we're trying to avoid that this year. So we'll make the speeches short. But no less enthusiastic, because it's Day of Portugal week here in New Bedford, and this is the week when I will speak for myself. I put on a couple more pounds and live to regret it. But it's always a lot of fun, and it takes a lot of work over the course of the year. We've had great leadership over the years from Angela and Carlos, and from Armando, and from so many other volunteers who've put it together and kept the flame. So we're very proud of the festival and what it offers. And what it offers is a gift to our kids and to our grandchildren, the passing down of Portuguese culture, so that we can sustain it here in New Bedford, the Portuguese capital of the United States, we're proud to say. And so we have a big year this year. We have a great... So I want to thank everybody for coming tonight and putting on your jackets. I know it's June. You really don't want to do that this time of year. I certainly don't. But come out this week, patronize the festival, enjoy yourselves, patronize the businesses along the Ave. They do a great job. This is a big week for them, so let's get a really good crowd there. We're going to have lots of fun, and I'll see you out there. But again, I just more than anything else, I just want to say thanks to all of you for all of your hard work and keeping this very rich festival a real success in our city. Thanks, everybody.
Mayor Mitchell, I'd like to apologize for that. It's been a very long week, everybody.
You've been working very hard.
So I'd like to introduce next Council President Joe Oakes.
Thank you. I'm going to do a quick introduction of all the councilors. I'm going to start with the Ward 2 councilor, who is the home and the host of the Day of Portugal, Stephen Martins. Councilor Coelho, who lives in the area that the festival is in. Councilor Kerry Winterson from Ward 5. We're in Councilor Ribero's backyard, Ward 4. And Councilor at Large Naomi Carney. I will speak really briefly. I know I am looking forward to the Days of Portugal. It is a fantastic 3 days to celebrate the culture, the history, the family, the religion that Portugal is so proudly represents every single day across the fine city of New Bedford. I will sorely miss opening ceremonies. I will be at the Portugal-Mexico game at Foxborough, but I will be wearing my Portugal jersey, supporting Portugal and thinking of everyone on Acushnet Avenue and enjoying all the food and the culture and the festivities. I wish the festival fantastic weather. The mayor said it's November, but tomorrow is going to feel like June, and so is Saturday and Sunday. Enjoy the festival, enjoy all the businesses, and support New Bedford and support our great culture. Thank you.
He's tall. Next, we'll have our Day of Portugal President, Carlos Pinhaço.
Boas noites a todos. É um grande prazer estar aqui presente. Infelizmente o tempo não está muito cooperativo, mas a gente vamos tentar fazer o melhor que podemos hoje. E depois de levantarmos as bandeiras, vamos continuar a cerimónia no Museu da Baleia. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the committee, I'd like to thank everybody for being here. It is a long week. It has been a long month. It's been a long year. We've had our turmoils through our committee. We've had our turmoils trying to put this feast on. And it's, you know, tomorrow is the beginning of the celebration for the committee itself. This is how we get paid back, by seeing everybody enjoying themselves, seeing family members come together, seeing people that don't live in our area. You know, it's nice to get a phone call from somebody that's coming from out of city, out of state, and they say, can you give me directions? And that's the biggest thrill for us, is to get people from outside the city to come in, see what our city is, okay? See what we do in our city, and see how we're rebuilding our city to what it can be and it will be, okay? And for that reason, I thank the administration that's behind me. This administration's been with us since day one. They've always offered any sort of help that we've asked for. They've always been there, and for that, please give them a round of applause. Now, the Hunch Folklore is down at the Whaling Museum ready to perform. We were afraid they were going to get soaking wet, and with the big costumes, we don't want to get any of the kids wet and sick. So please join us right after the flag opening, and thank you very much for being here.
I'd like to introduce a special person that's been with us for years now with the artisans, and I'd like to ask Mr. Roberto Medeiros to come up and say a few words. Is he around? I just saw him. Did he go down the Oh, okay. I knew it.
Boa tarde, excelentíssimas autoridades, convidados, comunidade. Voltamos cá de novo com o artesanato dos Açores, com gente com vontade de celebrar Portugal fora de Portugal, porque nós acreditamos muito que nós podemos promover a nossa terra e a nossa história através do talento e da arte dos artistas que vivem nos Açores. É por isso que nós aqui voltamos sempre, e voltamos para festejar esse dia, comemorar Portugal, como nós habitualmente temos feito. Por isso, para terminar, obrigado a quem nos convidou. Vamos festejar Portugal. Nós cumpriremos, como sempre, a nossa parte. Viva Portugal!
I'd also like to introduce our Portuguese consul, Pedro Troni Carneiro.
Boa tarde. Good afternoon, everybody. It's a great pleasure, great honor to be here for the first time for me and my family, my wife Margarida and the kids. It's the first time here that we celebrate the Day of Portugal in New Bedford, in the region. And it's a great pleasure. First of all, Mayor Mitchell, city councillors, the committee, Mr. Carlos Pinhanços, the president of the committee, Angela, everybody here, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here on this special occasion. This is the beginning of a great celebration. Actually, for me, it's the beginning of many celebrations. I'll be enjoying the Day of Portugal in New Bedford up until Sunday. We have a great program. Then I'll be also in Fall River, in Taunton, in Falmouth. And this represents the celebration of these days of Portugal all around the region, represents the dynamism, the energy, the vitality of the Portuguese community here. And it's for me a great honor to be part, to witness all of this. So to the committee who puts this program together, it takes a lot of work. Congratulations. And also to all the staff of the City Hall here presided by Mayor Mitchell. Thank you very much for cooperating with Portugal so that we can celebrate our country, our traditions, our history, and our relationship, the relationship and the friendship between Portugal and the United States. So, enjoy e tenham excelente Dia de Portugal. Muito obrigado.
I'd like to say welcome to Councillor Als. He just came in. Next, we will have the Portuguese school, Casa da Saudade, Paulo Batista.
Oh, thank you for clapping. That's the first time I heard that, Mayor Mitchell, that we're the capital, the Portuguese capital in America. That's amazing. To be living in the city of New Bedford, to think that we have that much of a strong community here. Last year I brought a ukulele to show everybody. I don't know if you remember that. But I wanted to bring another instrument this year, and it's a bagpipe. And does anybody know how to say a bagpipe in Portuguese? Bagpipe. Gaita de Foles. Now, did you know that he played a bagpipe in Portugal? Yeah, in northern Portugal and in northern Spain. So, isn't that pretty amazing? You know, the Celtic tribe was in northern Iberia, and then it came through and it went up into Ireland and Scotland, but yeah, they play the bagpipe in Portugal. So look that up on YouTube. But I'm so proud of the kids from Casa Saudade. I congratulate the Day of Portugal Committee for organizing this, and definitely the administration and the city to support our community, and Viva Portugal. God bless.
I'd also like to introduce from the Portuguese United for Education, Carlos Pinhaço.
I guess it's me again. Well, folks, you can tell I try to stay involved with Portuguese organizations. One thing that I try to live by is I try to pass on to my kids what I learned as a child and what my ancestors did for fun and entertainment when they were children. And I think it's every parent's obligation to introduce every aspect of life to their child, the good and the bad, you know, and I think that's the key to having these two schools, okay? And that's the key that we need to moving forward, is not to forget our past, not to forget what we strive to get, okay? And not to forget what our ancestors did to get us to the point that we are today, okay? This would have never happened 30 years ago in New Bedford. Okay, this is just something that we've evolved. This is something that we've built on, and I feel very deeply in my heart that it's my obligation to continue traditions for the next generation. So again, I thank everybody, and hopefully you can join us down at the Whaling Museum and watch the Hanshu perform, because that's also part of our culture. And thank you to both schools. Dr. Paraskevis, thank you very much, because he's going to be our leader coming up, joining these two schools together. Thank you, sir.
I'd also like to introduce from Congressman William Keating's office, Inês Drolet.
Olá, boa noite. Good evening, everybody. On behalf of Congressman Keating, I too want to thank and congratulate the committee for their tireless work for all these many years. For 17 years they've been doing this, and many of them for all those 17 years. And they do this without pay. It's a labor of love so that we can enjoy a little bit of our culture, our Portugal, para matarmos aquela saudade que nós temos. Whether you're Portuguese or not, I know you enjoy all the wonderful tastes, flavors, and sounds of Portugal. So I do want to thank them. I want to thank the mayor as well and the city I mean, it's not an easy thing to close down Acushnet Avenue, folks, so, you know, that's a pretty big thing, and it's wonderful that they have supported this effort and the Day of Portugal festivities for all these years. So, as the mayor said, please do go out there and support the business people that come out and have supported the Days of Portugal, support the businesses, and also support the committee for their wonderful work all these many years. So thank you so much. You know, June, I know these are like the first festas that we have in the city. We usually start out, the Day of Portugal starts out our summer season with all the wonderful diverse festivals that we have, whether they're the Cape Verdean feast and the day of, there's the Hispanic festivals, there's the Waterfront Festival. There's just so much going on in the city, and it's great that the Day of Portugal starts it out. I know that the weather isn't cooperating, but this weekend the sun is going to come out. Please go out and enjoy it. And again, on behalf of Congressman Keating, thank you to everybody for this wonderful work that you put into it. And I hope we have wonderful, safe, healthy festas. Here's the Portugal.
And lastly, one of our greatest and biggest supporters, and I love him to death, Councilor Steve Martin, Ward 2.
I told Angela no, but she insisted anyways. But, you know, Councilor Lopes, President Lopes, I should say, did a wonderful job in introduction of all the councilors and spoke very well. But I guess what I want to say that hasn't been touched even more upon is that when I look around this audience here today, I look at our young adults. They're here in front of us. They're here out there in the audience. Can you give them a round of applause? I mean, you heard it here today from many of the speakers, from the mayor to Councilor Lopes to Carlos, and these young adults are really the future of our Portuguese culture, and I say it every single year is because I honestly mean it. They are the ones who are going to continue with our culture. They are the ones that are going to be up here very shortly, very soon in the future, and they're going to continue our culture, our important culture, the Day of Portugal feast, the many feasts across not only New Bedford, but across this state, across this country. It's so important to keep our culture alive. If many of you know, just like myself, that was raised in a Portuguese household, there's so many important traditions and values that are important to us and our culture, and these young adults have to continue to mentor other young adults to keep our culture alive. We're doing a fantastic job. As you can see, we're all here today. All of you are here today. But these are our future. They're a future of our culture. So I just wanted to make sure that I at least come up and acknowledge them because it's very important to our culture. Thank you.
I'd like to announce Ward 1 Jim Oliveira and Linda Moran, Councilor at Large. We are now going to do the national anthem, the American national anthem, so we would all to the right. Portuguese flag. Portuguese flag. Carlos, yeah. and Mayor Mitchell.
Pátria, luta contra os canhões marchados, traz do mar, nobre povo, nação celeste imortal, levantar hoje de novo o esplendor de Portugal, entre brumas
Please join us down at the Whaling Museum for the children's performances and some more musical performances and some refreshments. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here. I'm going to take this opportunity to introduce the Portuguese United for Education Punch Folklore, and I'm going to hand the mic over to Maria Miranda.
Hello everyone, we are the branch from the Portuguese United for Education, a escola portuguesa de New Bedford, e estamos aqui hoje para celebrar com todos vós o Dia de Portugal e das comunidades portuguesas. Portanto, este grupo vai levar até vós algumas danças e cantares de Portugal. Ora, para todos vós, o rancho folclórico da escola portuguesa Portuguese United for Education. Mocinho. Nobody liked the group. Nobody liked the little ones. It's a shame. Okay, now we're gonna stay with the passarinho. But now we're gonna give a chance to the big ones with the barquinha. One more time, thank you so much. Muito obrigada a todos, muito obrigada à organização do Dia de Portugal por mais um ano de trabalho que vocês vão ter. Obrigada por nos terem convidado e agora vamos ficar com o nosso final.
At this time, I'd like to call up Portuguese School Casa da Saudade. Please come up. They're going to do a couple of songs for us. And this was one of my teachers when I was in Portuguese school.
Oh
Thank you very much. At this time, I'm going to hand the mic over to Mariano Alves. He's the academic director for Portuguese United for Education, and he's going to have the Anshus sing 2 songs.
Escola Portuguesa, por favor, todos os alunos da escola, por favor, podem vir para aqui. E alguns elementos também que dançaram do rancho folclórico também podem vir para aqui porque conhecem já essas músicas. Venham todos para aqui, por favor. Senhoras professoras, por favor, também façam o favor de incorporar-se a fim de que possam também dar uma ajuda da sua parte. Obrigadinho. Venham todos os alunos da Escola Portuguesa do Norte de New Bedford, Portuguese United for Education. Consta presentemente com quase 50 alunos, são realmente alunos excelentes, gostam de aparecer na escola, gostam de... Por favor, passem esses papéis para os professores e alunos. Aqui os alunos, passem aí os alunos, por favor. São alunos excelentes, também são excelentes porque têm excelentes professores. Para esse efeito, queremos agradecer publicamente aos pais, que são os primeiros interessados que os seus filhos sejam educados convenientemente ao ponto de poder transmitir no futuro a sua língua, as suas tradições. Para esse efeito, sejam bem-vindos todos. Em nome da Escola Portuguesa e da Comissão da Escola, queremos agradecer a presença do Sr. Cônsul, do Sr. Jon Mitchell, dos membros da Comissão que estão presentes, o jornal, a rádio, enfim, todos os elementos que pertencem à nossa comunidade e gostam de festejar aquilo que nós chamamos o Dia de Portugal, Dia da Raça, Dia do Imigrante, Dia de todos os portugueses que vivem neste mundo para alguma coisa fazer e deixar aos outros. Somos alguém, somos portugueses. Viva Portugal! Agora, ouviram cantar o hino nacional português e o hino nacional americano. As crianças da cá de cima não a cantaram, vão cantar agora. Está bem? Obrigado. Oh, you see by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed, and the twilight's last gleam, oh, drops and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the land as we watch, were so gallantly stream, and the rocket threatened, the bombs bursting began, give through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave. Conhecem que o maior poeta português foi Luís de Camões, pois ele escreveu as duas estrofes que nós vamos cantar agora. As armas e os barões assinalados, no ocidente da praia lusitana, por mares nunca dantes navegados, passaram entre além da Taprobana, em perigos e guerras esforçados, mas o que prometia a força humana, entre gente
edificaram, novo reino que tanto sublimaram. Cesse tudo que a luz antiga canta. Cesse tudo que a luz antiga canta. Viva as memórias gloriosas daqueles reis que foram dilatando a fé e velhas terras viciosas. De atividades andaram desgastando e aqueles escravos valorosas celebrando além a morte libertando, cantando e espalharei por toda a parte, se armando e ajudando-nos em piedade. Cesse tudo que a luz antiga canta. Cesse tudo que a luz antiga canta.
Esta é da autoria de Amália Rodrigues. Vocês gostam? Gostaram muito dela enquanto viva. Depois, vamos ouvi-la.
Uma casa portuguesa fica bem, pão e vinho sobre a mesa. Quando a porta humildemente bate alguém, sente-se esta com a gente. Fica bem esta fraqueza, fica bem, e o povo nunca desmente. A alegria da pobreza está nesta grande riqueza de bem ficar contente. Quatro paredes telhadas, um cheirinho alegre, um cacho, duas doiradas, duas rosas no jardim, um São José de azulejo, sol do sol da primavera, uma promessa de beijos, dois braços à minha espera. É uma casa portuguesa, com certeza. É com certeza uma casa portuguesa. É uma casa portuguesa, com certeza. É com certeza uma casa portuguesa.
Essa é para todos. Essa é para todos. Inclusive é para o senhor cônsul Pedro Carneiro. Olhem para cima. Lá
Lá em cima está o tio-liu-liu, lá embaixo está o tio-liu-ló. Lá em cima está o tio-liu-liu, lá embaixo está o tio-liu-ló. Juntaram-se os dois à esquina, vai com a cerquinha, passando solidó. Juntaram-se os dois à esquina, vai com a cerquinha, passando solidó. Comadre, gosto muito da sua viada. Comadre, gosto muito da sua viada. É bonita, apresenta-se bem, melhor que ela tem é a saia bordada. É bonita, apresenta-se bem, melhor que ela tem é a saia bordada. Lá em cima está o tio-liu-liu, lá embaixo está o tio-liu-ló. Lá em cima está o tio-liu-liu, lá embaixo está o tio-liu-ló. Juntaram-se os dois à esquina, vai com a cerquinha, passar o solidó. Juntaram-se os dois à esquina, vai com a cerquinha, passar o solidó.
At this time, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank both schools for being here and for all the teachers and administrators of both schools. Thank you very much. At this time, there's two people I'd like to recognize here tonight. First, I'd like to recognize Maria Lawton. She's up top here. Maria wrote Azorian Cooking, From My Family Table to Yours. Maria immigrated to the U.S. when she was 6 years old, and she traveled back to the Azores to get all the information for this book. So, can I get a round of applause for this young lady here?
Okay, I'm going to make this very quick because I know you guys want to get the night going. I was asked today to address the children here, the kids, the young children, because I came over when I was 6, and I'm an old lady, and when I came back in the 60s, there was no bilingual school, there was no Portuguese school, there was none of those things, the dancing, those schools, those classes, there was none of that, because we were just early immigrants coming into this area. So instead, at school, it was strictly speaking English. There was no bilingual, like I said, program. And at home, I only spoke Portuguese because my parents had instilled in us that we needed to continue the traditions of being Portuguese. So I hammed and hawed through my life when I was little saying, why do I need to speak Portuguese at home? Why do I need to learn how to do this? Or why do I need to do that? Because we're here in the United States. And as you get older, and what I want to tell you right now, it is so important to continue those traditions. Because even though we're here in the United States, in your DNA, you are Portuguese, from head to toe. And it's something to be very proud of. And one of the things that you need to do is to continue those traditions in your life, and that includes the language, the singing, the dancing, and last, the food. Because the food is what brings us all together. We all sit at that table, we enjoy all that meal created by mom and vovó and madrinhas and titias and all of that stuff. And what I've done is to bring those recipes from my family to those that have lost their moms and dads that never wrote their recipes down to share onto the next generation. So what I'm saying now, I'm addressing now the moms and the vovós and the madrinhas and all of that stuff, is you better start writing down your recipes. Because if we don't, we're gonna lose it. And one of the things that we need to continue is with our heritage, and that again, includes our songs, our dancing, our beautiful language, and also our amazing food. So I thank you for having me here, just to say a little something like that. I am very proud to be who I am, and everyone needs to show that, and not take it for granted. Because if we don't continue it, it will go on the wayside. It will not continue. It really is up to us. So thank you so much for having me. Have a wonderful day.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next announcement brings great pride to me. With the Day of Portugal, we try to go out, we try to find people in the community that have bettered our community, have stayed true to our roots, never forgot who they were, never went beyond themselves, no matter how successful they were, always stayed connected to being Portuguese, being a Portuguese immigrant, and being from this area. So it's with great pride that the Day of Portugal this year, honorary person of the year, is Eduardo Souza Lima, president and owner of the Portuguese Channel in Portuguese Times. Mr. Lima.
Deputy Portuguesa. Muito obrigado pelo seu serviço.
And a round of applause, please. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up our ceremony for tonight. So please enjoy some of the hors d'oeuvres, and we're going to have a trumpet player while things are moving along through the night. Thank you very much.
O Sr. Luís Cabral, que toca música muito bem, um daqueles indivíduos que veio para os Estados Unidos. Se tivesse a oportunidade, mais cedo, é um grande talento na nossa comunidade, e como vemos, tanta pessoa aqui que está aqui presente, com tanto talento que temos na nossa comunidade, e ele é um dos maiores. A primeira vez que eu vi foi no Bedford Castle em Newport, e eu fiquei encantada quando ele começou a tocar, e ainda hoje é um dos meus cancionistas, trompetista favorito, Luís Cabral.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.